Novak Djokovic pulled out of Indian Wells after having his vaccine waiver request reportedly denied. Novak Djokovic could be handed another blow after being forced to pull out of the upcoming Indian Wells Masters when his visa exemption was reportedly denied. Tournament organizers announced his withdrawal overnight on Sunday, and Djokovic could now lose his #1 ranking to Carlos Alcaraz or Stefanos Tsitsipas as a result of being unable to compete. Djokovic's withdrawal from the first Masters 1000 of the season was officially announced on Sunday, as the tournament tweeted to confirm the news. It came after Florida Senator Rick Scott claimed on Friday that Homeland Security had denied the world #1's vaccine waiver request, leaving him unable to travel and compete. The five-time former champion in Indian Wells is yet to comment on the matter but pulled out of the tournament ahead of the draw ceremony, which takes place at 11 p.m. UK time on Monday. It means Djokovic is now expected to be sidelined until April, when he can play the Monte Carlo Masters, and could suffer a drop in the rankings in the meantime. Two of the Serb's young rivals have the chance to dethrone him as the world #1 during the Sunshine Double, which includes the second Masters of the season in Miami. Current world #2 Alcaraz can leapfrog the 22-time major champion in 2 weeks' time if he wins Indian Wells, and will return to the top spot on March 20 with a trophy in California. But as the reigning champion in the next event in the calendar, he will need to successfully defend his title at the Miami Open to stay at #1 in the world or drop back down on April 4. Meanwhile, current world #3 Tsitsipas can make his debut at the top of the rankings after coming close multiple times over the last few months. But as the reigning champion in the next event in the calendar, he will need to successfully defend his title at the Miami Open to stay at #1 in the world or drop back down on April 4. Meanwhile, current world #3 Tsitsipas can make his debut at the top of the rankings after coming close multiple times over the last few months. It will be much harder for the 24-year-old to reach #1 for the first time in his career, and can only do so on April 4 after both Indian Wells and Miami. Tsitsipas will need to win one of the events and reach the final of the other to jump 2 places and reach a new career high. And both men have made it no secret that they're hoping to reach the top. With Alcaraz becoming the youngest world #1 in ATP history last year before Djokovic overtook him by winning the Australian Open while the 19-year-old was sidelined with injury. Tsitsipas had chances at the US Open, ATP Finals and recent Aussie Open but was unable to make his debut at the top. The truth is that my goal is to return to #1, but I try not to bother myself too much with that, the current world #2 told FA ahead of the recent Rio Open, where he went on to pick up an injury in the final and subsequently missed the Acapulco ATP 500. Tsitsipas played Djokovic in the Australian Open final with both the title and the #1 ranking on the line, and was still gunning for the top spot after losing. It's my time to aim for something like this. I don't see any reason to be lowering my expectations or my goals. I am born a champion. I can feel it in my blood. I can feel it as a competitive kid that I was when I was young. It's something that is within me, he said after suffering a 3-set defeat to the Serb.